Peace, family, rise and shine, sending out my love and light, Sunshine TV. As always, I'm coming to you in peace and love and cosmic light. Um, oh shit, I started off. I just wanted to talk about, like the Matrix, the system, how they put a price tag on human life. The $30,000 person, $80,000 a year person, the $90,000 family, $100 million man. It just wow. So many people out here starving, and you have certain powers that be that have all the wealth in the world, and they tell you could with that same thing said they say you can buy your way into their heaven. And that's why I talk about the money gods, because it's some real power in when I say that. All right. If you know about the Bible, it says about Baal and Moloch, and sacrificing and stuff like that. Then you would know about the different gods that there are out there, and I respect them all. Hey, if that's your system of belief system, that's on you. I don't deal with that. I deal with Mother Earth and Father Universe. And the powers within, the human anatomy, the spirit, because everything I do, it's from the spirit in the spiritual sense. And so, like my mother, she's a superhero, but you won't see her on the news, right? And she's out there every day throughout the whole COVID thing, doing her job, what she loves to do, and that's help others. And it's what they call a job or whatever it is. And for me, that should be a more paying, like a higher price range of you receiving something. But in this monopoly system, you know how it goes, man. And there's so many deceptions, so many people being deceitful, so many squatters. I was trying to explain it to my mom about people that just build a house on people's land and property, and they don't pay anything. They get a generator, and they're living off the land, off of nature, or somebody with a tent, like right outside, and they ask them for a change. You can't put a price tag on someone's happiness and or nature's real reality. Now in the Matrix, if you want to go by that, there's a set of rules, yes, that they present to the world. And if you want to believe in those rules, you can believe in them. That's your choice. I follow nature. I know that there's things outside of that fucking monopoly system of, like a legal fiction and straw man and the Wizard of Oz, and oh man, so much stuff that I've learned over the years, and so many good people that I found out were good people, like Michael Jackson. I fucks with him, man, because he left so many messages, and his music, and not just in his music, and his words, and I can only imagine what he went through to deliver that. When you have so much, he didn't have a lot. He had power, but within, and then he's being judged from the outside and still trying to figure out the person that he is because he started at such a young age. I don't want to make this about him. It's about the heroes out there that are really showing love to humanity and really trying to connect on a human level without paying for it. You know what I'm saying? A dollar doesn't mean you love somebody. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into the class because I already went 4 minutes in, and it's going to be a short one. About your superpowers.
There are a million energies in man.
A million of them.
What may we not become when we learn to use them all? This is the declaration of the poet.
Gotta know how to tap
and
into
though poetry
energies.
is usually inspired by transcendental visions, and therefore more or less impressed with apparent exaggerations, nevertheless, there is in this poetic expression far more actual, practical truth than we may at first believe. How many energies there are in man, no one knows, For there are so many that even the keenest observer of human activity have found it impossible to count them all. And as most of these energies are remarkable, to say the least, and some of them so remarkable as to appear both limitless in power and numberless in possibilities, you may well wonder what man will become when he learns to use them all.
Really help people.
When we look upon human nature in general, we may fail to see how much improvement in power and worth is compared with what we believe in the race has been in the past. And therefore we conclude that humanity will continue to remain about the same upon this planet until the end of time. But when we investigate the lives of such individuals, we come to a different conclusion. We then discover that there is evidence in thousands of human lives of a new and superior race of people, a race that will apply a much larger measure of the wonders and possibilities that exist within them. It is only a few years, not more than a quarter of a century, since modern psychology began to proclaim the new science of human thought and action, so that we have had but a short time to demonstrate what a more intelligent application of our energies and forces can accomplish.
Trying to tell you.
But already the evidence is coming in from all sources revealing results that frequently border upon the extraordinary.
The melanin in our bodies.
Man can do far more with himself and his life than he has been doing in the past. He can call into action and successfully apply far more ability, energy, and worth than his forefathers ever dreamed of. So much has been proven during this brief introductory period of the new age. Then what greater things may we not reasonably expect when we have had 50 or 100 years more in which to develop and apply those larger possibilities which we now know to be inherent in all of us?
It's only real when we make it real, man. It's not meant to.
We have been aware of the fact for centuries that there is more in man than what appears on the surface. But it is only in recent years that a systematic effort has been made to understand the nature and practical use of this, as well as to work out better methods for the thorough and effective application of those things on the surface which we have always employed.
To give my family $1 million.
In dealing with a subject that is so large and so new, however, it is necessary to make many statements that may at first sight appear to be unfounded or at least exaggerations.
To think for themselves.
But if we thoroughly investigate the basis of such statements as we go along, we will not only find that there are no unfounded statements or exaggerations, but we wish that every strong statement made had been made many times as strong.
Against their nature.
When we go beneath the surface of human life and learn what greater things are hidden beneath the ordinary layers of mental substance and vital energy, we find man to be so wonderfully made that language is wholly inadequate to describe even a fraction of his larger and richer life. We may try to give expression to our thoughts at such times by employing the strongest statements and the most forceful adjectives that we can think of, but even these prove little better than nothing, so therefore we may conclude that no statement that attempts to describe the more in man can possibly be too strong. Even the strongest fails to say 1,000th of what we would say should we speak the whole truth. We shall all admit this, and accordingly shall find it advisable not to pass judgment upon strong statements, but to learn to understand and apply those greater powers within ourselves that are infinitely stronger than the strongest statement that could possibly be made. Those minds who may believe that the human race is to continue weak and imperfect as usual should consider what remarkable steps in advance have recently been taken in nearly all fields of human activity. And then they should remember that the greater powers of man, as well as a scientific study of the use of his powers, have been almost wholly neglected. The question then that will naturally arise is what man might make of himself if he would apply the same painstaking science to his own development and advancement as he now applies in other fields. If he did, would we not, in another generation or two, witness unmistakable evidence of the coming of a new and superior race? And would not strong men and women become far more numerous than ever before in the history of the world?
And I'm talking right over him. My bad. Because this class is I gotta end it because we at that mark. So I'll get back to you guys later. Peace, love, and light. I hope you got something out of it, and awaken the powers within. And I love all my heroes. Salute to all the superheroes and activating their superpowers. One time for the one time.